is shaking, everyone? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm trying to get my settings done here before I go on. I created a poll. I don't know if it dropped. Launch. Okay. Ooh, I found it. All right. Welcome, peeps. Today we're going to talk about self-discipline, and not just in the sense of pushing yourself to get things done, but in how it shapes your beauty, wellness, and overall energy. If you're new here, I'm EricaParrott, and as this live is going on for about the first 5 minutes, there is a poll that I would love for you to engage with. I just want to know, what is the hardest routine for you to stick to? Is it a skincare routine, a workout routine, a wellness regimen? Go vote on that poll before it vanishes. Q&A is open, so please feel free to drop your questions as I go through today. But y'all know I recently just got back from New York Fashion Week, and let me tell you, it was non-stop. There was even an extra trip thrown in beforehand, which created a new hectic level for travel, an even longer day, and long nights. And trust me, there was a level of frustrated, aggravated, and exhausted that I did hit. But you know what? Discipline is what kept me together. See, the first thing I did when I finally checked into the hotel when we got to New York around 11 p.m. on Thursday night, I didn't just go collapse into bed. I went straight to the gym. And I didn't go because I felt like it. No. Because I went because I knew I needed it. I needed to move that energy, or it was going to mess up everything. It was going to mess up my sleep, my mood, and my entire next day. And I had things to do. Oh, by the way, y'all, if you haven't been on YouTube, you should get over there, because I dropped a new travel vlog that gives you all the insights and fun of what happened on our New York travel adventures, as well as, a really good detailed backstory on the wacky West Virginia BS that ended that whole weekend trip. So make sure you go hit up YouTube. But tell me, have you ever had one of those days where you're just like so mentally drained, but if you don't shake it off, it's gonna spill into your next day? Drop a hand raise in the comments if that's you, if you've ever been there. Well, let me tell you what Fashion Week reminded me of and allowed me to see again in movement when it comes to self-discipline. See, Fashion Week is all about glamour, art, creativity, but what people don't talk about is the discipline behind it. Models. Most of the models there were walking multiple stages, which meant most of the models, their days started at 4 a.m. and didn't end until midnight. Whether it be for casting, whether they had to be up early enough for that skincare routine, workouts, whatever it is, whatever their schedule needed, that requires self-discipline. Designers spend months preparing for Fashion Week. They don't have room for excuses, because, the ones who have excuses, they ended up not walking the runway. Self-discipline. Stylists, photographers, media. They're running full force all the way up to Fashion Week and continuing full force through Fashion Week, showing up, making the magic happen. See, the best in the industry don't wait until they feel like doing something. They do it because they've trained themselves to show up no matter what. And listen, do not mistake what I just said for hustle culture, because that is one thing I was so thankful for being grouped with these individuals. Not one person there is in hustle culture. We are all moving in balance and grind, meaning when we show up, we gonna get it done. We're focused, we're moving, and now we out, and now we're gonna go chill and rest. And I dare you to bug me, So yeah, no, we ain't talking about hustle culture. We're talking about intentional actions, when in motion, and that self-discipline. And that's the key, even when it comes to your beauty and your wellness. You don't wait until you feel like it to take care of yourself. You create rituals that support you even on the hard days. So let's talk about how this could apply to you. See, self-discipline in beauty and wellness isn't about being perfect. That's the thing that stops a lot of us. It's about showing up for yourself even when it's inconvenient. See, number one, your skin don't care if you're tired. Listen, y'all, it would have been so easy for me after the long days at Fashion Week to just be like, I'm tired. I'm too tired to do my skincare. Hell, there was one night, the night after the runway show, the night I had no voice. I was standing in our hotel room and I looked at Alicia and I was like, Rail just text me. He needs me to bring that. And I was like, so I'll be quiet when I come back because I know you'll be asleep. And I said, man, I should wash my face. I was like, no, I'm only going to be a minute. A minute turned into 4 fucking hours later. And at 3:30 a.m. when I got back to my room, guess what I did? Wash my face and then put myself in bed. See, even if you're exhausted, commit to at least 2-minute routine. Cleanse, serum, moisturize, and then be done. But do something. Because doing nothing, well, that's going to add up to all the things you don't want in the end. Number 2, movement is medicine. You know, you hear me talking about transmutation, you hear me talking about self-discipline, all these things. Well, guess what? You can you can bring up and heal all these things. You can bring up these emotions. You can feel the feels, but you gotta move them. You gotta do something with that energy. So, movement is the medicine that is required. That night when I was in the hotel gym, it wasn't about working out. It was about releasing frustration, processing the stress, and resetting myself and my energy. See, when you feel overwhelmed, move. Even if it's just a 10-minute stretch, going for a walk, or it might be a breathing exercise. Do something. Move it. And number 3, what you eat shapes how you show up. I'm not gonna lie. Fashion Week was my 20% days. Why? Because I was at Fashion Week. My schedule was not going to be anything like my schedule at home. So I wasn't even about to frustrate myself mentally and start beating myself up in no kind of way. I told myself weeks before I left, I was like, 20% weekend, plus you're going to be in New York, another food mecca. Like, I'm going to enjoy my life, right? So, but I still didn't eat shitty. Like, I ate what was going to fuel me. But, I mean, I had some nights where we ate late, and I had some mornings where I was just like, I'm not eating anything because I don't need anything in my body right now. I just want water, lemon, and everybody to talk quietly right now until we get backstage where it's about to be real loud. So, you know, what you eat shows up not just in your skin, but in your energy and your mindset. So fueling your body with intention and hydrating, getting your protein, well, they all are great choices that support your energy in the end. Number 4, the energy you carry is a reflection of your self-care. Let me tell y'all what, I was so thankful to have Alicia with me on that trip, because the first part of the trip, when I tell you it was some bullshit, it was some bullshit. And it had nothing to do with New York Fashion Week. It had nothing to do with me. And I was placed somewhere. It was what it was. And yeah, I had some feelings about it, and I was frustrated and aggravated. And it was funny because no one knew what I was doing until I told them what I was doing, because it did concern them. But I had told Alicia the night before, I said, so listen, I was like, I'm gonna be at your house earlier to get you than planned. And she's like, you cool? She was like, the air mattress is up. I said, yeah, because I'm gonna need it. And she's like, wow. I was like, because I'm leaving now. And now was like Wednesday night at 11 p.m. She said, what? I said, yeah, I'm leaving now because I got to drive to Virginia first. Then I'll be back up to Baltimore. I was like, and then we'll leave for New York. And she said, when you get here, you're going to bed. I was like, no, I'm cool. We just gonna keep it moving. I was like, whatever happens, happens. But I was so thankful for her, because when I got to her house, she was like, so what happened? So, you know, I gave her the whole backstory, short version, because I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to get my energy up there. I wanted to eat that Chick-fil-A sandwich she had ordered for me, and I wanted to put my ass in that bed. Because I was like, yeah, you're right. I do need a nap. I said, because if I don't get a nap, we ain't going to New York. I was like, I'm just going to be real honest. I'm already done with this day. And so we get in the car, we go to New York or whatever. And as we're coming off the congestion relief bridge, she looked at me and she said, I just want to say thank you for being you. I was like, wow, what did I do? And I had to think, because I was like, wait, because I got us off the bridge real fast. And if you don't understand what I mean by got us off the bridge real fast, just go watch the YouTube Wacky Weather. Okay? But anywho, I was thinking that's what she meant. But no, here's what she had to say. She goes, my whole life, I've always had people around me that I gotta manage. She said, but at no point, she's like, I mean, I know what was going on because you told me. She said, but had you not told me, I wouldn't have known you was frustrated, aggravated, none of that nonsense. She's like, I wouldn't have known. She's like, so thank you for being you. She said, because you just keep it moving. I was like, yeah, because that's not my shit. Their shit is not my shit. And they're not, I was saying, even when they was here, that's your shit. Do not bring it over here on my side of the fucking car. You know, and I was like, ugh. So she was like, it was just nice being around someone who was in turmoil and I didn't become turmoil or feel like I needed to fix it. I said, well, you know what? I want to thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. I said, because I wasn't even thinking about it. I said, but now that you've brought it up and it triggered something for you, thank you for being you. You know why? You never felt the need to ask me, are you okay? Do you need me to do something? You didn't feel the need to like trample in and feel like you needed to take over. And she said, well, no, I just let people be. She said, until they show me that I need to be the one fixing it. And I was like, yeah. I said, we ain't living that life no more. We are not hanging out with them kind of people no more. I was like, if they can't leave space for you to be who you are when you are and not be judging you, you don't need to be over here by me. Like, you know, I said, because ain't nobody, I ain't putting none of my stuff on you. So don't try to act like I did. So it was great being able to know that even though I was frustrated and aggravated, how I carry myself all the time was my overflow. Nothing else could flow out because, well, I don't let it. So that night in the gym that I was pissy, it wasn't outward and it wasn't but it was highly internal. And I knew had I gone straight to bed with all that still going on, well, my next day at casting and then the next day at runway, we're all just going to be shitty. And why did I need to do that when I held the key to my own release? Just go move that stuck energy around, which is what I did. So find your reset ritual. Is it the gym? Is it journaling? Is it skincare? A hot shower? Whatever it is, whatever that something is that helps you shift your state, be okay doing it. So tell me, guys, drop it in the comments. What's one habit you know you need to be more disciplined with? Could it be skincare? Is it movement? Could it be getting better quality sleep? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments. Don't be shy because you're not the only one. This is what we're here for, to support one another. So let's talk about how you can build unshakable self-discipline. Now listen, I get it. Discipline sounds like such a rigid word, but it's actually freedom, believe it or not. See, when you build these habits, you don't have to try so hard. You just show up and things flow. So here's how you can make it easier for yourself. Start small. If you can't do a full routine, do one thing. It might be a face cleanse. It might be a 5-minute stretch. It might be one glass of water. But small wins add up. Have non-negotiables. You got to have those 2 to 3 things that you're going to do no matter what. Again, it might be morning skincare, or it might be a walk, or it might be gratitude journaling or meditating. Whatever it is, have those 2 to 3 non-negotiables. And don't rely on motivation, y'all, because motivation is unreliable. It is. Just going to be honest. I haven't been motivated all week, but I've showed up. Why? Because of discipline. See, discipline kicks in when motivation fades. So set routines that work for you. And remember, why you're doing it. What is your why? A lot of times we be out here doing stuff and you're like, I got to do more. But why? Why are you doing it? And when it comes to self-care, it ain't vanity. It's self-respect. Because when you take care of yourself, you show up better in everything and in every way. So the next time you're tired, stressed, or frustrated, and you're tempted to skip that routine, I want you to ask yourself, am I making a decision based on how I feel in the moment or based on what's best for my long term? Because see, that night at 11 p.m., I could have easily put my PJs on, splashed some water on my face, threw my retinol on and my serum, and went straight to bed. but I chose discipline. And it changed the trajectory of how I showed up the next day and the next day and the next day. If this live resonated with you, I want you to do me and you a favor. I want you to save it and I want you to share it or tag someone who needs to hear this. But if you need help building better wellness or beauty rituals, message me the word discipline and let's chat about it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Now, go show up for yourself with discipline and love.